All right. Yeah, this is just the continuation. We did you guys some of you might be upset, but this is just part 2 of this particular series where we're having so much fun. I love it, and we encourage you to get the game. You saw it a couple weeks back. We brought it to the forefront, and we decided to bring it back again. Unpack that. It's such an amazing game. I can't wait to take it on air. With my little squad, because I think it's needed. It's a nice kind of, I think it's a team building thing too as well.
It is. You
can use it for that.
It is. It's called therapy in a box, but I feel like it's opening up. It's a way that you get to know people, and it's not just for intimate relationships. This is for friends, for family, because I see how this can work like in a games night setting, and that kind of thing. Because you end up opening up, even like for workshops. You can pull one of these and use it as an icebreaker. So I think
I need to get my hand on one of those.
That'll be good.
Alrighty.
So let's continue with our tough questions.
Yeah, we continue.
So the next tough question is, that was the one we asked the last time. So the next one is, what is something? I don't think so. What is something I did that hurt you that you have never told me? I don't have one of those. Not in our situation.
Not how we communicate.
Yeah.
Because we kind of speak on. We practice something different. Where that is for, I guess, but it's a nice question.
It is because it allows someone to go back now in a safe space and say, well, listen, you did this. I wasn't able to tell you before, but since you asked me, this hurt me. And this is how, so that's kind of how it should be answered, and you didn't feel safe talking about it before. Maybe not safe because you would be hurt, but emotionally.
And you wouldn't dare emotionally to express.
You didn't know how to broach a subject or whatever. Right. So, you could perhaps start by saying, well, when you spoke about whatever
XYZ, I felt offended, but I didn't say anything at the time because yada 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 is the case.
So let's get another one. Are you where you want to be in life right now?
Oh, hell to the no. Hell to the no. I think for anybody who answers that, yes, I am exactly where I want to be. Congratulations to you.
Right.
I don't envy you.
This might happen when people are playing with like Drake. And
but ironically, you might say that, and Drake might tell you, no, he actually wanted to be in the NBA.
Drake is going through a few things right now. I see he has cornrowed his hair. So Drake is going through a few things.
Yeah, Kanye.
But he's handing out wads of money in St. Croix. So.
Kanye as well, going through it.
Yeah,
everybody. Yeah. So I wouldn't say that, but me personally, I'm not where I want to be at all. But I am thankful for where I am, and I am seeing the path in which I want to go. So I am grateful for the fact that the hedges and the bush is clear. I'm not in a forest trying to find my way.
Yes.
Right? I am on the yellow brick road. I know
scarecrow.
Yeah, I know where I want to go, and luckily for me, along the way, I'm gathering the tools to get to my final destination. So I'm good with that.
Okay. I wouldn't say that I'm where I want to be in life right now, because there are a couple of things that I still want to accomplish personally and professionally, but I am closer to it than when I first began. And because of this journey that I'm on right now, like, doing all this work on emotional intelligence and employee engagement and stuff, I am learning to live in the moment and truly live in the moment. So feel things as they're happening. So whether those things are happy or sad or melancholy or whatever, I'm learning to embrace those things. I'm journaling about them actively. I'm speaking about them actively. So, because I have, I have you as an accountability partner. For me, that is different. I didn't have that before. And it's something that I purpose to have because I see how it helps. And I can talk about it more now, have people understand, listen, you don't need to be burdened with everything. Find someone you can talk things over with.
Right.
You might not necessarily want to tell your parents everything, but, and at our age, probably shouldn't be burdening your parents. But anyway,
definitely not mine.
I encourage the journaling thing so that even if you're not where you expected to be, you can talk it over with someone and you're not burdened by yourself. Yeah. So that is my answer to that question. It was a no with conditions. The next one is, what is something about me that you don't fully understand?
Something about you I don't fully understand. Again, that is hard for us because we express so good and articulate how we feel so well. As somebody met me the other day and was like, they told me like, yo, if there's one thing I can honestly say, I love talking to you. So easy. You just say everything, things that I don't even expect. Like I asked someone the other day, they said they were at some analyst for some accountability something. And my response was like, could you please explain to me exactly what that is? I don't know. And he's like, wow, nobody ever asked me that. I just tell them this is my job. And they just be like, okay, cool. I'd be like, no, but why? I find we don't have to be, people don't need to be super duper. I don't need to come home by here to wash wares and cook up on your couch. But if we're having a conversation, at least let me leave the conversation knowing, well, okay, I spoke to this person and this is who. So in case, in the event, I talking to somebody else, I can say, hey, I met someone who does blah, 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 blah. And I think you and this person, it might make sense for you to hook up because I don't know it. Like I spoke to a banker this morning on the radio and in all honesty, I know he heard the sarcasm in our voice when he said the price is $12,000 and I was flabbergasted. I'm like, are you insane? You want creative young artists to give up them to a basket is selling for $160 million. You want to give somebody, anyways, that's a get called. I
like the fact that he made sure to articulate, by the way, this is 12,000 US I'm talking about.
And in that moment, we were like, I feel he just squeezing that thing and call the board later and be like, oh, yeah, tell him it's US we had to pay. Because somehow, I don't think US was on the agenda. That's how I feel in my heart. But no. For us, I don't think I can answer that because we can express things so in detail.
Right.
Maybe somebody else playing this game, I might have to ask, but for you, no, I can't.
Right.
I don't have
Well, I think I came up with one. So something about you that I don't fully understand is why you have so many things on your plate. I don't understand that, you know? And it's not a fault. It's just that, like, I don't understand. Why are you juggling all these things?
I don't know.
But you did say that you were itemizing and looking to, you know,
I'm shaving up. I'm shedding. I'm currently shedding.
I was quite happy to hear it because shedding. I didn't understand it.
I'm shedding too
I understand a lot of things.
I'm shedding too because the girls are getting bigger and their demands are getting different.
Of course. Of course. Yeah.
I need to shed if I want to continue growing. Yeah, yes, I have to.
Got it. All right.
Let's change category now.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah, let's change.
Should we go to reflection or should we go to? We have reflection, we have the bad, and we have the good.
Let's
go
bad.
Those are tough questions. Bad. Okay. Yeah. So let's get out the
People
bad.
People always like bad. Bad is entertaining. Surprisingly, bad things are always entertaining things. I don't like you. I read something the other day how people are so drawn in to watch videos of fighting and war and death. The world is so changed now. People gravitate to these kind of things.
All right. So the first bad question: are there any problems we need to resolve?
Again, you and me, we resolve our problems all the time, and it's not problems. We resolve our uncomfortableness all the time.
Yes. Yeah, by talking, guys, that's how we get through it. Because like if there is anything that could be questionable or misunderstood, because we text a lot. About it. Exactly. Because I always say there's no tone in text. No. And sometimes you're not understanding what someone wrote. Or many times I find myself, after I say something, I clarify. Like I remember not so long ago, I said something and it should have been a full stop, another question, or it should have been a question, whatever, the reverse. And I then sent another sentence to say that, and you're like, that was unnecessary.
Yeah, no, but that's what you do. And I said it because, but I know that's what and for me, my way of doing that is following up with a voice note.
Yeah,
just to make sure. Everybody have the things that they do. You comfortable with writing because you write well. I know sometimes I can get lost in writing. So what I will do is send a voice note or shoot a quick call. And be like, hey, so is the case, blah, 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 let's explain it. And you'll be, oh, cool, right, bam, keep it pushing. Again, we encourage that you have the right conversation. And something I, too, started to do regularly now is ask the right questions. That's the only way you wouldn't have these issues. If you ask the right questions, there's nothing that would be unresolved. It's like, and people, human beings, whether it's relationship, it could be friendships, it could be a romantic relationship. If you don't ask these simple little questions, people kind of get lost. And human beings have a way of, somebody will say like, hey, you're available on Thursday. I want you to do something for me. Oh, yeah, cool. And then Thursday comes, but I thought I asked you to do something for me on Thursday. You were so vague in are you available? You didn't discuss time. I didn't.
Exactly.
And then I get in return and say like, okay, but it's 3:00 Thursday afternoon. I didn't hear from you all day, so I started my day. Then you offended. But I asked you to do something, so that could have been avoided if you said, hey, Thursday at 1, are you available?
Right.
Why? Because I want to do X, Y, and Z, and it might last until about 4:00.
Exactly.
That way, I could say yes. So when 12:45 comes along and I get the call, where are you? I'll be like, hey, on my way. Or oh, could I forget? And then you can be offended. Be like, but I reminded, and then you can say, no. I will be late. It's like us today. Perfect example.
Yes.
I hit you up and I said I gave you a time early. Then I call back to say, hey, ended up on the road. But here what to do. Let's do it after this particular time, and then we could do it comfortably because I could have rushed and then we'd have to cut short. So in order for it to flow nicely, we just had a conversation and bam, this is where we at now. So guys, conversation, right questions, and that will help plenty sorrow. Trust me. Take my advice. I will help a lot of sorrow.
I like this one. I don't think it's bad, but I see how it could be. Describe a time when I made you anxious.
This week? Waiting to you after your big interview, waiting to hear what is going on. I didn't want to be calling, hey, what's going on. but again, it was in your control.
But that wasn't me though. Yeah.
Hey, well, it's not in your control, but you remember you are the go-to. They have to call you first before you can call anybody. Yes. They're not gonna call my phone. So I would say that's the only time you had me anxious. Yeah, that's the only time I would say I had me anxious. No, I lie. My next anxious time was when I was waiting to see, when we both of us, we were waiting to hear back from Zara and see how the format of the book was going to look and things. Just to get that it was a nice moment to feel happy as to, hey, this is the work that went in and this is how it's looking.
Yeah.
You understand? That was a moment too. To see how they laid it out in the book now, to see the actual hard copy. You know, we were excited to get the book in the mail, to touch it. But you get to see it before me. I had to wait until I came back up to actually feel and touch and smell.
Physically. Yep.
That was a thing for me.
So one time you made me anxious is when you said, oh, we need to do a podcast. I'm like, oh, what? But then after the first one, I'm like, oh, I like this.
No, but I knew from when we stayed outside in the yard at JB's place. I knew from then it would have worked.
Because we talked for hours.
Yeah, I knew from then it would have worked because it's my comfort zone, but the settings I realized with you, because conversation, you're a good conversationalist. You could talk to anybody, but and with us, the conversation was so calm and so decent. In that moment, I knew. So when I thought about it, I wasn't scared at all because I was like, oh God, she gonna flop. I could tell who I could do stuff with and can't.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That is it's like with Abby. When the Abby conversation came up for her to come on the show, I knew a lot of people like Abby because, she's so pro-black and her opinions are so strong, but I know exactly what she could bring to the table. So I wasn't anxious at all. Other people I know for sure were scared.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they feel as though we get loyal letters, but everybody knows their role. So
oh my, this is a good one. This is a great one. What emotional aspects do you think I lack?
Emotional aspects you lack, boy?
It's a good one because these are the questions we should actually be asking people, or telling people, hey, I was thinking about it. And in terms of emotions, this is where I think you could improve. That conversation needs to happen a lot with a lot of people. And for us, we are seeing it because we live it. So, we understand. Like, I don't know what I lack in terms of emotion because I think I'm very well balanced.
I think so too.
And I practice it all the time actively.
So,
I'm conscious of, like, even with you, for instance, like, I don't make jokes. Like, I could say a lot of things in jest. But because you have told me, that's the only way I know, because you have told me about things that are triggers for you, like I don't make loose comments, So even with stuff like that, I am careful. Because, I could say whatever, like things you would normally joke with people. But I don't do that with you, because I remember one time when we were driving and there was a nice moon. And I said, oh, wow, if you only had an iPhone 12 or whatever, you could take a picture of the moon. And you're like, wow, that hurt coming from you. And it was, for me, it was just like a joke. I'm like, whoa, okay. So since then, I don't say anything.
No, I understand what you're saying, but it's because, listen, and I guess it's just who we are. There's certain things it's like certain things, like for me, I don't like talking about it all the time. You know the story. People close to me know the story. Why I don't like the beach. Why I'm uncomfortable with my children going to the beach. Right? There are people, acquaintances that have been around me and take a lot of offense for the fact that like I'm like a party pooper. Oh God, you gotta be so sour. I don't think I owe you full detail, full exposure as to why I am cool. I don't need to go. I don't think I'm gonna die, and I don't use the word die around it either. I don't think I'm gonna be affected by it's fine, you all could go. I am cool. Why all the energy had to come on me, like I'm killing the vibe and everybody wants to, okay, cool. You all can. I am not even and it had times where I have went to just try and please people. Right. Fully well knowing that I don't want to be there. And I've tried that before too. It didn't work. You understand? So, but with you, I don't think there is any emotional aspects of you that you lack, that I think that, okay, because of that, you make me feel. I know with not everybody, but towards certain people, I lack some emotions, but I think I do it on purpose.
I was going to say, because you probably have, but the thing is though, if you're guarded, it's because you understand your emotions.
Yeah, correct.
And one of the reasons that we are actually sitting here now is because from listening to you, I knew that you understood emotional intelligence, and I'm like, wait, no, this needs to happen. So I wouldn't say that I know that you lack any emotion. No, but I thought it was a really nice question, because these are the things we need to be asking.
I don't think it's a matter of lack. I kind of compartmentalize it in a way where I know how to move with certain people. Right. And I think that is a feather in a cap, for the want of a better word. But that is absolutely, that is a good attribute. It's something good to know. And because we've been practicing so much about being self-aware, and in being self-aware, you know exactly, because you know the things you can tell certain people.
Of course.
And some people don't. And when you're not self-aware, you go in a room and you don't understand and can't read the room, you end up doing garbage. And I think we both have that strength. We know exactly. We can go they could take us in a plane, close the eye, and just drop us somewhere. When we both land, we watch one another, we'll assess the place and know, okay, how we handling this, and we know exactly how to deal with that room. Give us a couple hours, and by the end of the day, we are right. But some people just don't figure it out. And I think I'm fortunate enough, and we both fortunate enough to know that. So I don't think there is an emotional quality that you don't possess that I take offense for. Nah. Right. No.
Yeah, no. This is another one that is irrelevant, but okay. Have I ever made you feel embarrassed?
Nope.
Exactly. No. That's not a bad question.
I look like, and it's so, you know what's amazing for me? We're talking about us in this little couple minutes before we close off, is one of the things that I feel happy about is how, and I was able to include you in my world to now being, for want of a better word, a household name in my space. If you understand what I mean, like if you listen to my show, you listen to the callers, I have planted a seed, and the seed grew and it blossomed into something rich. It's like how they treat you as my guru. So every time somebody has an issue,
every time you do something, they're like, I wonder if Dr. Mala heard that.
Exactly. For me, it's funny, but because I've said it out loud to people. Like I say, listen, this is like my confidant, my mentor, friend, everything wrapped up in one, because I'm comfortable in the space. Like if something is going on, I could call you and be like, hey, so, and I know for sure I will get an objective and real answer, as opposed to, I know who not to call. Put it that way. It's like you, and I am at the point in my life where I don't need the ego gas thing. I can do that myself.
Exactly.
I am very good at gassing myself. So I don't need
because you are amazing.
Exactly. I don't need anybody to gas me. I can do it myself. So that is why if we're dealing with real issues, I can call and be like, and I love how everybody just roll into that where they know that, listen, that is your role. And everybody always says, hey, we want the Dr. Amala take on it. And that, no, we laughing, but how important that is. That is like how the news cycle goes now when you talk about the Associated Press or you're talking about Azari. What you call them again? This news, the Altazar.
No. Oh, lost. I can't remember now.
You're not talking about the one, the Arabic news. They are now
Al Jazeera?
Yes, Al Jazeera. They are now leaders in real news. If you don't hear from them, people kind of people don't even listen. CNN has lost so much ground. BBC has lost ground. People look at them as okay, you all are biased. You all have agendas. So no, it's like Associated Press and Entertainment, and it's like what TMZ did for themselves. If TMZ don't break out a tabloid story, it's like
did not happen.
I don't really feel Kim said that because TMZ didn't talk about it. And that is how I think our situation is. It's like, okay, let us, if Dr. Mala is weighing in on this, this is something for us to talk about. And that to me says a lot in this short space of time, which is good. I am very happy about that. That's something that I am very, very happy about because it's like it shows the consistency of what we do. It shows trust, the fact that I trusted you to the point where brought you into a space knowing fully well that, you know, this is not what you, and they accepted you in the space. Like you could come to Trinidad and come on the breakfast party and not a person's going to be upset.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? That in itself is it's big shoes. It's big shoes. I love that. I love that to the max. Anyway, guys, we are at that time, and look how easy we have spent the last 40 minutes, 45 minutes unpacking, and we ain't to break the deck and the cards yet.
Exactly.
So it's something you guys should invest in, get it, and I think it's a beautiful exercise. All right.
So too. As long as it gets people talking, we are happy. Yes.
So this one we'll leave you dancing. Didn't leave you on the first half because it was a part 1 and part 2. So we'll leave you dancing with this one. All right, we gone.